again, by marrying up the automation and the ability to network and build up rapport, you can get fantastic results. The different products that we have in place at the moment range from things like payment services, FX trading or financial market trading in the financial markets, some work with some academies. I mean, obviously I've got a background in that area, and it's quite easy for me to sit on the chair and go, I like what you guys are doing. I don't like what you guys are doing. I know why I like what you guys are doing, because I've seen your experience. I speak to you outside of the marketplace. I understand that you understand the markets and how customers work, for example.
Yeah.
So that's relatively easy for me to do due diligence on. If we look at some of the other products or the tools in the suite that we've developed, you know, they're not necessarily anything related to the financial markets, but they're included in there to develop the marketing plan. So it might be things like, you know, CRM management or automation for their emails, or it might be, you know, how to link up, you know, round robin your calendar so that you've got different presentations going out at different times for different team members. What if you want to build up a team? You know, you've got the ability to do that within the system as well. So there's a lot of different elements that we've taken from things like working in the front office or consulting for startup brokers, where they were getting all their sales stuff together. And, you know, we sort of knew just from experience of what works and what doesn't work, right? What causes conflict down the road. And so we just sort of tried to take the best parts of it and make it our own. And that's, I think, why we're having a little bit of success.
And what if somebody, for example, says, you know what, I don't know how to do this stuff, right? And they're not going to sit down and figure out how to do a round robin. Even if you explain it to them, they're not going to start using, you know, various email automation services or whatever. Do you have something that would work for those types of affiliates?
Yeah, absolutely. So as I mentioned before, I am a believer, if you're going to do something, do it properly. And that means I really feel that if you're going to launch into a business, you need to know every aspect. However, there is certain things that it comes to tech, for example, I have no fucking idea about, right? And if I go down that rabbit hole, I'm only going to mess it up and end up emailing the wrong person, the wrong thing at the wrong time. It's a bit like me saying I'm going to go and learn I'm going to go and trade for a living, right? Pretty much guaranteed I'm going to lose all your money, right? So so I do appreciate that, but and there is an element of a learning curve, but we've set it up so that it is really basic. If you can operate something like Facebook, you can operate this. This is less hassle than creating, you know, Facebook adverts, for example, right? It's a very, I mean, excuse the pun, it's almost like you plug it in and play, right? You know?
No.
I know, crazy, right? So
you should use that maybe as the name, you know?
Yeah, we were thinking about it. So what does that really mean to people who are thinking of coming on board? It means that you don't have to be a fucking genius, right? If you're leveraging on your network.
Well, hold on, don't call them idiots either.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying you don't have to be a genius. I'm certainly not. But if you can operate the basics and follow, and you know, obviously we've got the user guides, which are literally, you know, for idiots like me, which click here, drag this, drop that, so on and so forth. But then all of a sudden you will begin to create your sales funnel relatively easy without the element of cheese and having to say like, share, and subscribe and pretend to do YouTube videos with fake money bought from China going, oh, I'm a millionaire because, you know, I did this, you know, that kind of stuff. You don't have to
rent out a private plane for a photo shoot
either.
I will find you on OnlyFans in the end, you know.
That's boring. So if you don't have the experience, or the experience in using these types of softwares and implementing this from start to finish, there is support. It's a bit of a no-brainer. It's very, very simple, and what's really cool about it is it's really transparent. So from the user's perspective, what that means is that, let's say, for example, they've got a database, they upload the database, and then they're going to select which different products or areas and services that they want to market them to. But there's an element of qualification that happens, because just because somebody's told you something about being, you know, that they're interested in payment providers at the moment, but when you, by the time you finally upload the stuff later on, a month, two down the line, they may have already found their payment provider, right? So you want to go and re-qualify them, and we take them through a series of emails and communications with them in order to re-qualify them so that they become basically the perfect lead. Then the system will identify which of these services may be relevant, and then as a result, they will start basically marketing to them. And as I say, that will also include, if it's selected to do so, an implementation of doing like a Zoom meeting or a Google Meets or something, so that you can further get deeper in down, either in the qualification or in actual the presentation. Now, as that happens and they go through this, the introducing agent is basically able to track this, to know what's happening with these people, to know the people in contact. Why is that important? That's really important because that was one of the bane of my lives, is that I would introduce people and then I would be following up with people going, have you spoken to this guy? What did they say? You know, is there any movement? Do we need to check in later on? Is there anything I can do to help? And I'm, you know, that's not fun because you're wasting your day, right? So basically on the dashboard, you are going to be able to see everything. And then obviously once a contract is signed up, then you're going to get a nice little notification that's going to come through on either in your email, on your phone or whatever. And it's going to say, hey, you've just done this. And, you know, check here to see how much you're going to get paid. And that's what people want to see. So
nice.
From start to finish, we're able to capture that. And on the flip side, what it means for our partners who are providing the services is it means that they have a very streamlined onboarding process, which is also extremely consistent because it falls into exactly what they want. Why do banks and brokers and whoever like introducing agents? They like it because they bring them money, right? They bring them in customers, right? You go and speak to a small startup broker and ask them, why do you like introducing agents and brokers? They'll go, I mean, some of them are good, but the rest of them are fucking headache, you know? And that's true, right? Because we've been in a position where they've provided them with so many tools, but a lot of people don't know how to use them, don't want to conform in that right way. Some of them have an old school touch. Some of them have a new school touch. Some of them are doing great marketing results, but don't know how to treat their customers, don't know how to answer things. So they push everything onto the broker or the bank.
Right.
And all this thing sort of, it gets a little bit crazy, it gets a little bit messy, but every broker or bank that starts up, the first thing they're going to do is go, right, external relationship management, who's got business, right? Because they want that business that can suddenly come in, whether or not they can.
I'll say, yeah. As in one of the, you know, in one of my companies, we get affiliates who bring us clients, B2B clients. And I will say that we found it's a lot easier to just get the affiliates oftentimes, to bring the clients over. Just here's the checklist of what you need to bring when you bring on a client, right? And afterwards, the entire relationship with the client, we do it ourselves. Otherwise, you know, the affiliate gets completely lost between talking to us, understanding the system, understanding the rules, understanding, you know, the regulations. And so what they can answer the client, what they can't answer, it's just a whole mess. It's easier for us to just receive the package. Here's the client, you know, and then we take care of it.
Yeah, exactly. Look, you know, we're the good introducing agents are essentially the gatekeepers, right? You're the gatekeepers to different, you know, you've got a menu of different products and services that are going to fit for your niche. And, you know, going back to what you were saying before, you know, I work very closely with a bank in the US for some products and services. And they have a very strict onboarding procedure, which we follow. But then this particular bank really lacks the ability of keeping it transparent for the introducer to let you know what's happening with the deal. So that means that you have to, you know, constantly go on the call, what's happening with this, what's happening with that. And they always give you the, you know, the right answers, right? But you have to ask for it.